Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be solving this problem called validating postal code. So it is a regex problem. You can see regex and parsing and the code is given to us this format, so we have to fill this regex pattern here. So a valid postal code P have to fulfill both below requirements. Two requirements are there which has to be fulfilled by a valid postal code P. So P must be a number in the range from 1000000 to 99999 inclusive. Inclusive means this guy and this guy both can be a valid postal code. Okay, both are allowed. 10 and in between numbers whatever is lying, they are allowed to be a valid postal code. Then another is condition. P must not contain more than one alternating repetitive digit pair. What does it mean? Alternating repetitive digits are digits which repeat immediately after the next digit. In other words, an alternating repetitive digit pair is formed by two equal digits that have just a single digit between them. So for example, you can see here 12146. Here 1 is alternating repetitive digit because in between two ones there is one digit, right, single digit between them. So an alternating repetitive digit pair is formed by two equal digits that have just a single digit between them. Here you can see. Now here in 523563, it is not, 5 is not alternative because there are two digits in between 5. Only single digit is allowed to be called as alternative repetitive digit. So here you don't have any alternative repetitive digit. Here 552523, here also you don't have any. Here you have two alternative repetitive digits. 5, you can see here 5, between two 5s there is 1 2. Similarly you have 2 as well, between two 2's you have 1 5. So there are two alternative repetitive digits, those are 2 and 5. Okay, so this is the way you check alternating repetitive digits. And there is another condition, it should lie between 1 for 5 times zeros to 999999. Okay, so those are two conditions of valid postal code. Now what is our task? Our task is to provide two regular expressions. One is regex underscore integer underscore in underscore range, which is this guy, and regex alternating repetitive digit pair, which is this guy, right? So we are just checking the two conditions via regex expression. Each one has their own regex expression. Now this is used, the first one is used to check the first condition and the second one is used to check the second condition. Both these regular expressions will be used by the provided code template to check if the input string P is a valid postal code using the following expression. You can see the code template is given here. You can see this whole thing is one print statement. This whole thing is one print statement. You can see this is the starting and this is the closing bracket. Inside you have two conditions separated by AND. This is your AND, right, and this is one condition, length one, and then you have another condition which is this regex match. So here you can see re dot match regex underscore integer underscore in range P. P is what? Your input will be given here, and it will check first the first condition, which is whether the number is lying between this range, and it is checking the length of re dot find all this regex expression comma P. So find all will give a return list, right, list which will have this pattern matched. So list length, if list length is less than 2, then this condition will be true, else it will not be true. So if this condition is true as well as this RE condition will be true, then it will calculate the boolean of it and then it will print it. Okay, I hope you are getting it. So there are two conditions. One is just checking the range, another is it is checking whether it is more than one alternating repetitive digit pair or not. Okay, it should not contain more than one. So here this condition makes sure it is less than 2. Less than 2 means it will be 1 only, not more than 1, right? So it is checking via length, and length because find all returns a list of matched pattern. Okay, and the pattern we have to define here in the second condition, right? So we just have to write the pattern. Here if you will see, this is what they have written. So input format, log stub code in the editor read single string denoting p from stdin and uses provided expression valid code. So you are not responsible for printing anything to stdout. Log stub will do it on its own. So it will do on its own. So this part is log stub. You can see the color is different. I can't change anything here, right? Only I can change this part and this part. So that is what it is saying. So sample input is 110000. So the output is false. Why false? Because first condition is matched here. First condition is matched. The number is between these guys, 110000. But second condition is not matched. You can see here it is 0, then here it is 0, and in between there is 0. So it is like between two zeros there is 1 0. So 0 is repeating, right? That is fine. 1 is allowed. 1 is allowed, not more than 1. But here you can see this 0, the second 0 and the fourth 0, right? In between those you have third 0. So if you look at these 4 zeros, first and third will have second 0 in between them, and second and fourth is having third 0 in between them. So that's violating the criteria, right? That's alternating digits. So two zeros are alternating repetitive digits, two zeros. So that's why it is false, right? So the first condition it was able to the first condition it was true, and the second condition it was false. So AND of both of them, it's like 1 ANDed with 0. So the result will be 0, right? So boolean will call it as false. That's why false is here. So here you can see 110000. So these two zeros and these two zeros are two alternating digit pairs, hence it is invalid postal code. A score of 0 will be awarded if for using if condition in your code. So you are not allowed to use if condition. You have to pass all the test cases to get a positive score, right? So it's purely regex type. So first thing, you can't manipulate the code. You just have to go through your instinct, whatever your knowledge you are having, and you have to write the expression directly. You can't print and do hit and trial. So that makes it a bit tricky, and so it completely based on your knowledge. It will call this function, it will take the input p and it will call these functions or whatever you can say, the expression, and it will check and it will print it. So it should not be hard to you. I think now you might have been familiar with regex. So what I'll do is I'll write for the first guy. First guy can be only between 1 to 9, right? So I'll write 1 to 9 square brackets, because to represent more number of characters together you need to use square brackets. So it will include 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 till 9, right? So first guy has to be like that, but rest of the 5 guys can be between 0 to 9. So what I'll do is I'll write 0 to 9, and you can write like in bracket you can write 5, right? So first guy can be between 1 to 9, and the rest 5 guys can be between 0 to 9, right? That's what make it 6 digit. But the problem is it will include 0 as well, right? Even if there will be not be any digit here, that is fine. That is what you are saying. So instead of that, what I'll do, 1 comma I'll do. Now what this makes sure is this guy will occur once, and 0 to 9 can occur between 1 to 5, right? 1 to 5. So that is how this being written. But still it will not work. Why it will not work? Because here it is using match. In match you have to define starting and ending, starting and ending, then already it will work, right? Because in search you can search will search in the string anywhere, as in any part of the string, but match will search from the beginning only. Okay, so it will start from the beginning, it will see first character, then rest of the character, 5 characters, and it will close it and it will be satisfied, right? Easy. It's not something that you have not seen before. The tricky part is this second guy. That too is easy, but it will need some experience. So you have to figure out experience. So what is the thing we are looking for? We are looking for a digit, first of all, 0 to 9, right? Then there can be a digit D, and then same digit has to be repeat the first guy. So I'll bring in brackets. You can do something like this, right? But the problem is this guy means like what can I say is this will work 0 to 9 when you are not checking for the from the first element. Okay, if it is in between, you can have something like this 3 is represented by this 0 to 9, right? And then this 5 will be represented by this D, and then this 6 will be represented by this 1. So if it is a match, then only it will do it, right? So what I'll do here, if next digit is equal to 1, then only it will be a match, right? It will be a match of these two guys, right? I hope it is making sense. In between I am doing it, in between. Now if you have to start from the, if you have to look for the beginning, I'll write or. You can have same thing, this same thing, but here you can write 1 bracket less than question mark less than equal to. Okay, so now you can see what is happening. So this whole statement is checking for those repetitions which is starting from the beginning, right? Here you can see this one 1 2 1 4 2 6. So 1 will be represented by this whole thing, this whole bracket. Okay, and then this D will be represented by this 2, and then this 1 will be represented by this 1. Okay, so that is what it is doing. So what will happen whenever there will be a match like this, the output will be 2 only, right? Because it is checking 1 behind and 1 next character. So previous character, next character, in between what is there, that will be the output. So if that is a match, means like these two guys are same and in between you have a digit, then only it will be a match. And you can see here when I referenced this one, this is referencing this guy. Okay, it has to be similar to the same 0 to 9, whatever it is being there. So imagine here it is 1, here also it is 1, and here it could be anything, but it is 2 here, so this will be a match, right? So this is one match. You can have multiple matches in one string, so if the match will be greater than 1, then it will show false, which is taken care here only. Now what is about this guy? This guy is when your string is not starting with the match, means like in between you are looking for match, then this guy will work. So it is similar to this, but you don't have the behind character, so that okay, so I said it wrong, I think. So this guy is for the beginning stuff, 1 to 1, and this guy is for the in between, if you are having in between any matches. So for example, this 5 to 5 will be a match because of this guy, sorry, this guy. Okay, because there is a middle term, then next character, behind character. But if you have to check for 1 to 1, it will be checked by this condition, because this guy, this is having a 0 to 9, then D, then next character is 1. Correct, okay. So yeah, 0 to 9 referenced, D, 1. Yeah, I think it is correct. 0 to 9, question mark is represented by this guy. Question mark less than bracket. This is referencing 1 or 2 between, and this is representing 0 to 9, then D, question mark. Zero to 9, then D, 0 to 9, in between. So it doesn't have to be like that, no? 0 or 1s. If I'll do like that, then what's the problem? Let me run it. Correct. So this guy will appear either 0 or 1 time, then you have D, and then you have the same character referenced here. If that's the case, you will have a match, this match, right? Okay, I got it. So the match will be the problem. The match will be this guy here, not 1 digit. That's why I did it. Yeah. So if you have 0 and 1, the match will be like this, and if it is matched, okay, let me do that. So I'll remove question mark, I'll do here. Let me remove this and see, okay, whether this works or not. Test case is passed. No, all the test cases are not passed, so that's the problem. So I got it. So here what is okay, let me check. Test case is passed. All the test cases are passed. Okay, So you can see here when you are doing it, so you are actually the output will be this guy, but here the output will be these guy. Okay, let me. So the problem is, you can't do something like if there exists any previous character or not, right? If it does not occur in the previous, so if you have to check for these two guys, there will not be any character behind that, right? So you can do like this. So what is happening is you have one character, another character, and the same first character repeated. Let me do that. All the test cases, yeah, sure. So this is much more simpler. I was doing complicated stuff. So you can see this is what the first character will tell, then second character will be this 2, and this 2, and last guy will be the 1, right? So it is referencing this one, this parenthesis, this one, this parenthesis is, it is referenced here with question mark. So what I am doing is the output will be this D only, right? And this will be the previous guy, this will be the next guy, and when you check with this question marks, it does not consider that string, that character. So the output will be this only if the match will be like this. So let's imagine 1 to 1 is given, so 1 to 1, 4 to 6 will be given, so it will be a match here, and the output here in this variable will be 2 only. Okay, that's the point. Similarly, if you have here 5 to 5, right, 5 to 5, then the output will be 2 only. Similarly, if you will see here, there won't be any match, then it will be here there will be a match, then here it will be a match 252, and here no match, and finally it will not check. So that is how is being done. So it's easy. I think you are already aware of. We have done one more problem regarding this, I think. I don't remember what was that. So we similar approach I have taken here as well. So hopefully you got it. It was a bit confusing, but now it is working much more simpler. All the test cases are passed, and we are done. So regex, I think you are much more comfortable with now. So let's move on to the next problem.